Hello overseas. It's Friday. I had did this video to let you all know what was going on. I know a lot of people see a lot of things on the social media and these tabloids like TMZ and the stuff Wendy Williams now be doing and a lot of other stuff. And as you know, a lot of things advertisement is something else. But people are be promoting themselves and they basically be checking their fan base and everything. They be trying to check their fan base and everything and so forth. Now, as I was telling you all in my other videos, I was born the way I am. I have certain breakouts and sometimes I don't have any situations that occur at all. But look at my other videos prior to this because it's real what goes on with me. Um, and it can be avoided. The reason why things get out of hand because some people intentionally poisoned me, and I was always very careful about what I had been doing, and then and so forth like that. And so when me breaking out and stuff, these are like the effects of the levels of what I had been going through. But let me go ahead and finish this, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start with what's going on too. Now, as I had told you all, I was already in the entertainment business. My mother and father was already singers and songwriters and so forth like that. A lot of music that you was hearing in like the 60s and 70s and so forth, and came from my mom and father now, you know, in their positions of how they were. As you know, I had ended up getting kidnapped and so forth. But one of the main suspects that assisted in the beginning was the one that called herself Sharon Osbourne, you know, and that's what it started with. Now, with all that being said, let's go ahead and cut to the chase. I had the weirdest kidnapping that's known to be so full of ignorance after all these years. Now here it is. I'm over 51 years old. I'm alive. Went through a lot of things, and I'm gonna go into detail about that too. But let me go ahead and tell this. Now, all while I got kidnapped, at first they did not know my location. I had them travel different state lines, which that's automatically uh, brings up additional charges in the length of time you're in jail. Okay. Also, when the FBI, the authorities knew where I was at, it was just one thing after another. But still in all, they knew where I was at and did not return me to my family. Come to find out that when me and my brother Brian Bruno Mars got kidnapped, those people acted like they worked for other agencies and all this type stuff, and and that's what it started with. The hospitals, a lot of places had already known me. Everybody know I used to be a sick little girl sometime, but it was manageable and so forth like that, you know. So anyway, like I said, they knew where I was at. As time went on, I went on and met other people. Here I am before the age of 10. I met a lot of people, who are famous now. And a lot of them are famous due to me. I want to name some individuals and their careers, how I got started because of me. These people sought me out, and some said thank you and some didn't. Now, this was the oddest thing, too. One is that some years, like teenage time years or whatever, I had met this rapper that was calling himself Trick Daddy. He's let's just say gangster rap type and so forth like that. But it's not like that. He just speaks whatever comes to his head, basically. He had this one lady that was on his track they called Trina. I had met her face to face because I actually was supposed to be on the track. And but you know what? She said, tell me thank you so much. Trick Daddy paid me for the music, for for the lyrics and so forth for her. He really was very hesitant about her even being on there with him because we had to teach her, to get her voice together and to, put some meaning into her words. So then people basically was like, "Oh, he didn't pay you because he came back." Yeah, well, he ended up coming back to borrow the money back, but he brought the money back to me. Okay, like 2 days later or something. Cause some he said he had to go get his clothes out the cleaners or something he forgot he had to do, but he bought me the money back, and I appreciate that because I'm like, you know, I have to give some people the benefit of the doubt, and the people I at least expected, they truly didn't let me down. They tried to be men and women of their words, and I truly appreciate it. Even to the point when I had told Trina, I say, "You ain't got to keep thanking me so much." She was like, "Yes, I do," and I was like, "It's okay." I say, "You just don't even have to bring it up." Sometimes she'll say something smart mouth, and then she'll be like, she still have that smile of of gratitude because somebody gave her a chance, and I believed in her. But we have other people. So, for us, I'm tell y'all the people that I met. I knew the one that called himself Sean Diddy, Puffy Combs, even before you know the music industry really heard of him. I already knew of Tupac Shakur. I already knew of Biggie Smalls. I already knew um, the rappers known as the Lunatics. I know these people before they first even. I had to have a conversation when paying with some of these individuals even before they ever hit the stage. Okay, music was already being established, and most of it came from me. That singer Tamaya, um, some of the songs that that's her name, Ashanti was singing, especially one song I wrote called "Movies," which I had basically dedicated to my husband Chris Brown. We got married in the '80s, the mid '80s, and so forth, and and we had a couple of kids together, and two of our children got kidnapped. It was a lot of situations where we had to go through this person, that person, and all this stuff was just going on and on to where it's that 1-800 the loss was looking into it. We have several suspects and so forth. I had already knew the rapper known as Nipsey Hussle and his brothers, his oldest brother, his youngest brother and his oldest brother, and both of them were taller than him for one. Um, then I met, Smokey Robinson had already knew me and Bruno since we was little kids. And so when he came around by the time here we is 12 or 13 years old, he already knew who we were. Um, I'm talking Rick James was coming over there, after 7, talking about baby facing them and, Usher and them, which is Terry been knowing him because him and my brother Bruno Mars, Brian used to play together sometime. That's how far we're going back, Um, Rihanna used to be around. Then you had Tip and Tiny. Um, Later on, then Bow Wow had came around when he was a little boy, and Jermaine Dupri them, and the rapper known as LL Cool J. Tina Turner at that time, she was still dealing off and on with Ike Turner. Of course, my cousin Patrick Dempsey came through. He's my cousin on my father's side. Then my other cousin is Pam Grier on my mom's side. Um, then Meek Mill and them, um, and it just goes on and on. You know, I already the OJ's, the Leverts. Um, I mean, I have a list of so many people um, whom I had like Red Fox. I ended up going to California when I was a little girl too, and I was with Red Fox and them cousin and so forth like that. They actually wanted to adopt me and see what was going on, but wasn't nobody really giving them the information that was needed because Red Fox cousin mother, well that's his auntie, she wanted to adopt me. And she said she would have kept me and everything, but they want nobody really telling them anything on what was going on. They was wanting the same thing. Well, where's my mother at? And they knew what my father had established in California, and they didn't know what was going on. And then even to the point where Sammy Davis Jr. and them and Prince and It is just the list goes on and on. I'm talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger and um, who else? Sylvester Stallone. What's his name? He had that song with Stacey Lattisaw, Johnny Gill. That's before he became, um, with the group New Edition, and that song that he wanted me to sing with him, and then his stuff just was going on and on. I already knew the rappers known as Run DMC. I've already had known Lee Simmons even before she married Russell Simmons. Um, what's the other one? Will Smith, Jada Pickett. Um, a lot of these people I'm talking about, we actually hung out together. They used to come over frequently. I'm talking about the rapper known as Kevin Gates. Um, and it goes on and on. Alicia Keys, Swiss, um, Common was coming through, Mystical, Lil Webby, Birdman, Lil Wayne, Toya. Toya really didn't. Lil Wayne and Toya didn't come around as much as them. They came around like maybe once or twice. DJ Khaled, Lauren Hill. Um, y'all already know. Well, Chantel is not really. He is not known for anything, but everybody think he's a transgender, but he was born a man. That's a man. Um, it's just so many people. Wesley Snipes used to come over. Let me think. I already knew Kevin Durant and LeBron James. Um, it's just a lot of dudes. Snoop Dogg, that was Calvin. Um, what's his name too? Yeah, Lil Flip used to be around. I almost said not Gucci Man, but what's the other guy's name? I can't even think of everybody's name right now. But like I said, everybody used to be around. And this is just not the beginning or the starting of some things because we all knew each other. Um, just one thing after another. But like I said, it's more to it. I own Atlantic Records, Warner Chappell, Warner Brothers, Universal Studios Music Group, uh, um, Motown. Um, um, I had been waiting for a while to get my medication like back and forth to the emergency room. Most recently, during the process, I had the pills I could take, but it helps, but not as fast as the injection does. So, I'm pretty much getting myself together. I just wanted you all to, when y'all be showing y'all this stuff, I like people to see how I look during the process of healing, which I'm doing now. It was much worse than this, but I'm healing now. Um, it's just a thing I have to keep diphenhydramine around, and that's the main thing. I have to watch what I eat and so forth, and and everything like that. That's just basically. I'm just kind of a little swole, looking fat for real, because I hadn't had my injections and going back and forth to the emergency room. They actually didn't have any, which I didn't understand, but I have some now, which I just got the other day. Um, so anyway, this is how I look during the healing process. I wasn't as ill, whereas that I couldn't travel because I know how to handle my situation accordingly. And like I said, I got poisoned a lot by a lot of things that people fail to realize. And I also ate something that I could eat, but I shouldn't have ate it the way it was processed because I didn't realize. I knew what the ingredients was in this product that I had ate. I had ate some like about 2005, 2006. Here it is, 2018. So back in October, like beginning of November, I say October, beginning of November, I ate some. And come to find out, that's when I had started getting sick. And I'm like, why in the world am I getting sick? And come to find out, it was something in it that I can't have. And I do a lot of transition and hiring and do a lot of firing. And it's a lot of people that need jobs. I'm talking about for us, you know what, and other parts for us within my corporate and people who should have did the right thing. I never understood how people always want a chance to do the right thing, but they fail you severely during the process, as though they think you should overlook everything. And I don't take this lightly. I don't understand how they expect me to keep them employed when they did not even care about my well-being. You know, I don't understand that. I don't even care to understand it. How do you forget about your boss? How do you forget about someone who gave you a chance? How do you forget about somebody that was making things right in your life and made it possible for you to take care of yourself, or your family, your mom, your dad's them, or whatever y'all did to succeed in life, and somebody gave you all a chance, and that was your first chance. The person that looked at you all, you know and I never back into the fact of it. It's like, but my thing, I like gratitude, and I like to be paid for my services rendered, you know and it just goes on and on. I'm not going to go in a lot of detail right now, but I am very upset about what had been going on when all this stuff started, when I got kidnapped, you know. And one time, a lot of things was going on, and my brother Bruno, which is Brian, he used to always be with Chris Brown and his mother too. And he always called Chris Brown his brother because he knew that was my boyfriend. Then we had kids, and then we got married, and so forth like that. He got mad one time, and he made a statement to me, listening to this other man that was acting like he was our father, but he knew later on that man wasn't our father when he started finding out what was going on. And but to make a long story short, he made a comment to me that I will never forget. He had told me one time he was mad about, and I took care of my brother. All anything that he needed, he had. He didn't go a day home. He had shoes on his feet, clothes on his back, money in his pocket. And he told me one day when he found when I kept getting sick, because he had never seen me sick like that before. It's because people was poisoning me, and he knew I needed my injections. And he injected me with my diphenhydramine, and but it was somebody else in the house did some foul play too while he was doing it, and he was giving me all my medication at abundance, because he was like, now you see how I'm looking doing the healing. And I would be asleep all the time. He'll come back, he'll come back, he'll come back. And he was like, oh man, he was talking about how I was getting back so pretty. He was like, oh, my sister getting back pretty. And oh, your stomach going back down. And because he know my belly will swell up, and I'll swell up like I'm swole now. And you could tell the difference in me being pregnant and sick. It's not the same, of course. But and as you know, I'm still healthy because look at my nails. I don't have any false nails. I don't treat my nails or anything. I don't put nothing on them. And that's a lot of things you can tell. Look, my oxygen levels are good. I have good blood flow, everything. Just the fact that I had other things that come through my system, and it had to come out. So, but he had told me one day that he said he said he felt that the reason we got kidnapped, and he just made the worst statement, and it's just not right. It's just not right. Me and him do not get along due to the fact of the statements he makes towards me. And the whole time when he thought I was deceased, the only thing he did was start going around to my companies and stuff that he know I own. I own Disney. I'm the sole owner. He didn't even care about my kids. Then he was hanging around some other girls talking about that's who raised him. Them pictures he had. He was around them a little bit that was doing the kidnapping, but he was stealing from me, giving to those people when he was with us all the time. And then one time I got sick. He said that's when he was. That's how he found out I owned Disney. And we all supposed to went to Florida and did this and that and go to Disney World. And I got sick again. Somebody intentionally got me sick because I wasn't sick, and he thought you make it. I say Brian will never make myself sick. What are you talking about? You know. And he figured out what was going on. But when he went somewhere and they was questioning him where I was at and so forth, and they was like, "What's your sister name?" He said my name and all. They said, "Where she?" He said, "She not feeling too good." And he was all when he was, when somebody really asked him something special when he was a kid, he'll tell the truth if you ask him the right question. Yes, he will. And they was like, "Don't you think it's kind of wrong to be doing?" Because they was trying to figure out what in the hell was going on. Now they know after all these years. Ozzy Osbourne, the reason why he wasn't with Sharon Osbourne a little bit because he knew too of what she did. She plotted the whole time. You know. But still in all, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I knew Brandy, I knew Ray J and them, and you know. But the bottom line is that, you know, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm doing the healing process. Um, I done helped a lot of people get established. I had been wanting to let go of all this for so long because there's no way I should have been going through the things I was going through. So in turn, since they didn't care about me and my children and what was going on, and they was in a position to do the right things, I'm going to have to deal with these people accordingly. I'm going to have to. There is no law that says I have to employ anybody. There is no law that can make me shut down anything I own. I even offered to sell a few things to people, and they was like, no, and and this, that, and other. And some people did want to, and it just was so much that they got comfortable in a position of just being employed by me. I guess because I don't know. I guess some people know that. I guess they felt they wouldn't do right in ownership positions of such Fortune 500 companies, which I successfully built. You know. Then we have the people on Shark Tank, such as Damon, uh, what's her name, Pam Grier, um, what's the other man, Mr. Wonderful. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And what is her name? Oh God, the older lady on there. Mm mm mm. I can't even think of her name right now. But um, a lot of these people seeing what moves I was making and going in the right direction, and they learned from me. We all learned from each other. But I helped a great deal into telling them what moves to make, what to do, and how to handle certain situations accordingly. They know I know what to do. They know I make moves, and that's what it end up being about. You know. So I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Like you can go to my page, the infamous ShondaWilliams.com, and go check out my page. It has a lot of things on there, offers from my companies in which I own, and you have auditions on there, giveaways, contests, and so forth, promotions and stuff. Um, when I start doing my personal hiring, I will be putting it on that page. And a lot of it's a lot of manager positions and stuff like that, assistant managers and all that. This world, the United States It's big enough for everybody to have. You know, there is not a reason why a person should go without. People that pay attention to everyday life occurrences. I know this video is going from subject to subject, but I just wanted you to know. Um, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Trying to